Video, A Walk with Phil, and today I'm in HALESOWEN Town. HALESOWEN Town hasn't got a market as such, but it has got a shopping centre, and it's a Friday morning, and we know what shopping centres are like these days. There's hardly anybody in them, so let's go and check out the HALESOWEN shopping centre and see how busy that one is. And of course we'll have a look around all the old historical streets here in the town, so let's go and have a look. You can see in the 60s all the developments of the road were all changed, with this huge island here in the centre, and this would be Church Street, this road here, and it would have continued and joined the main road here. That would have gone towards Cradley Heath, and up there we'd be going towards Blackheath. But this is an old pub here called the George. I'm not sure if it opens any longer. I'm not sure if it's trading. Let's have a quick look around the front. Sometimes I say they're not open, and yet I find they are. But this looks distinctly close to me. And just here on the opposite side of this pub there would have been another pub, but I'm unsure of its name. I think it could have been the Town's End, but there's an old pub there that has long vanished. Pub here, we look at the rear of it. Look, you can still see the name George up the top there. It has been there since 1822, and it's even got the gates for, I don't know, horses coming in there. Look. Now we're on Church Street now, and as we're heading towards the HALESOWEN Town. I don't know HALESOWEN very well at all. Here we've got a primary school just up there, and we've got three quaint little old shops here on my right. I always think this one looks like a cafe, but in fact it's, I don't know what it is. This one says hair care. There isn't like hair care in there. This one's hair care. I don't know what that one is. No. And we've got the Conservatives office there as well. This one's a shuttered shop, no longer trading, and John the Baptist Church ahead. Another fine old house here. We can see here there's a car park just down there, a paying display car park. Car parking prices are getting ridiculous now. A minimum of £1.60 for an hour. Used to be 2 hours free not so long back. But they were all houses, all old terraced houses all along this side of Church Street. And just quickly, briefly show you down here at the long side of this car park, this very steep hill, down the bottom of what is known as Church Lane. And at the bottom of Church Lane there would have been a pub called the Plough that had been there since 1849, but closed in 1963. But you can see here to the right we've got some black and white, very old cottages, 16th century looking. They're called White Friars. In the 60s the councils decided they were going to demolish all these, but the owner of the time fought hard to keep them here, and now they're grade 2 listed buildings, and so they should be as well. All 1960s shops now with this. Yeah, we've got a lovely turkey barber and a tattooist. And looks like this is a kind of a micro bar here with the shutters down. Now what this one is, the pastry room and a chicken shack. This particular stretch is known as Queensway. We've got the William Shenston. just there in the pub. I think, I'm not sure it's a Wetherspoons. Yeah, it's a Wetherspoons pub. And we got down the sort of a very modern shopping area now. As we now proceed what was once the very busy trafficked area of the High Street. As you can see now, it's all pedestrianised. We've got the Halifax Bank here on the left. And let's have a look and see what some of the shops we've got along here. Carpet shops. And you can see some of the very old buildings still at the top, look. Underneath we have an estate agents and a charity shop. And a knitting shop. I said earlier, you know, a lot of towns had knitting shops. And a wool shop. Got another bank just here. The TSB. The Wraps, whether that opens later, but it's closed at the moment as it slides to America. Very quiet this morning. It's a Friday morning. We're talking about it's a Friday morning. As I've said many a time, Friday's the day we go shopping if we can. And that's a new shop, I believe. Pawnbrokers, Sign of the Times. We've got a hair shop. And we've got TSB Bank just here. We've got a barber shop. Surprise, surprise. And we have the interesting little store here, the Crafted Crofts and Cafe Comforts, a haven of inspiration for home and gardening there. But look at above. Look at above these two shops here. This is probably how HALESOWEN, especially the High Street along here, perhaps would have looked like. And next to here we have a pub called used to be called the Littleton. A pub that had been there since 1822, this one. It's got the word pigs on there. So it's, I'm not sure. Yeah, it probably still is a pub of sorts, isn't it, Pigs? But prior to that it was called the Littleton Arms. Show you a very prominent position here of the High Street and Birmingham Road just there. This was a very busy junction here with High Street and Hadley Street and Birmingham Road down there, and this would be Peckingham Street. Not much left of Birmingham Road there, look, as it leads onto a very busy dual carriageway at the bottom. So what we got up this one, up this particular 1960s styled street? Well, we've got the main post office just here, which is shared with an interior stores. And what's this? Oh, it's a Turkish barber, but it's a top Turkish barber. Very brightly lit in there, isn't it? And we've got something called Renshin Kanal. What's this? Martial arts store. And we've got a couple of charity shops here. There was a travel agent up here. I don't know what it used to be called. Where Malibu Studio is, I think. That tanning studio. I think it was a travel agent. So I just can't remember what it was called. But anyway, we've got a lovely nail bar here. How busy is it? Oh look, there's somebody in there, and somebody's having their feet done. I don't think we want to watch that, do we? We've got a Puff Vapes, and we've got a hair design, and we've got a there was one of the two of these shops knocking around back in the day, weren't there, in many of the towns, these Chinese herbal medicine shops. I think they've died a death. Yoga. And what's this one? Oh god, hair and beauty. Chemist on the corner. And that's another undesirable. Let's check it out. Very brightly lit in there as well. The Golden Cut. And I don't know what that thing is next door. No idea. But it's So all kind of changed around here as well. If you left here in the 60s and came back, you think, where am I? But there was something called the bull ring they would used to call it back then. We had a few pubs around here, such as the Queen's Head. And I'll just show you where the Queen's Head is. In fact, the Queen's Head was probably the oldest pub in HALESOWEN, round about the late 1600s, 1675. But sadly, as you can see, the Queen's Head is no more. It's still got the signs up. The oldie Queen's Head. Yeah, you can still see it's all shuttered now, all closed up, and there's a freehold for sale. But we can just have a quick look over this brow of the hill. You can see now what we've got is car parks when there used to be houses and such like all along here. Maybe that's for another day. I'll show you the Queen's Head and its car park. All gone. The oldest pub in HALESOWEN. There were other pubs around this particular vicinity, such as the Star and Garter pub. That was there from 1846 to 1921, which would be around here somewhere. Oh, yeah. And there'd be back down Birmingham Street, where down there was another pub down there called the Star, and I think that might have been yet another very old pub that's gone many years ago. Anyway, let's go along here just off Peckingham Street. This would have been what is known as the Bull Ring, and where we're going to pick up Hagley Street. What's here? Oh gosh, we've got nails for you. Nails for you. There's one in every shop I've seen. There's been one or two in. What's Robert Stephen do? He looks like he's a hairdresser. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice little place here. We've got a bit of an eatery called the Grill. All day breakfast. I bet that's quite a popular shop. Just before we go on, look at this building here. Fine 3-storey Georgian. It's got a bit of a notice board, this one. What's on this notice board here? Save Dudley Libraries, this is a street watch area, hate crime, yeah, okay. What's, this is called Great Cornbow, this particular area. Right ahead of me now, we've got an empty store called Senate. This is the centre of the town just here. This one's called Hobbs. It's a local community office. Oh, I don't know what these community offices do. Here's a very old couple of properties just here. Look, Summers Terrace. And of all the renovations and remodernisations and modernisations of the area, it's good to see that some of the old buildings are still standing, such as this one, look here, above Shipley's. Look at that, all those arches and the windows, look. There's Iceland. Anyway, let's carry on up here. Hagley Street. And if we just take a look over here where we've got a modern W.H. Smith's. W.H. Smith's are in the process of pulling out of the high street, so we probably won't be seeing W.H. Smith's for much longer in the high street. There's a Smith's Electrical. That store looks an Aladdin's cave in there, doesn't it? Again, some very old buildings at the top. And we've got an hair and beauty. Goodness me, how many hair and beauty stores do we need in HALESOWEN? That was a vape store. It's now empty. Charity shop. It's the Beacon Centre for the Blind, this one. Very soulless, aren't they, these 60s buildings? Just ahead of me, look, we've got Summer Hill, and you can see how the road ends there abruptly. It can't go any further, but of course it would have continued right up that hill there. All this to my right, as you can see, all new. You can see the flats above the shops, and it's a bank and mostly estate agents along this particular stretch of Hagley Road. And yes, we've got another Barber's over there, and another Barber's over there. Oh, they've got a chip shop on the corner. Yeah, it's all estate agents along here, but on this side of Hagley Road, look, it's still managed to retain its old style housing along here. Number 15 looks like a house, and next door, amongst all this retail in Hagley Road, you can see a Lidl in the distance in front of all those horrid looking high-rise flats. And we've got a huge Asda store just here with its multi-storey car park, a cathedral to retail. We've got a very interesting little second-hand store. What we got on here? We got a little keyboard, electric keyboard and a speaker, and a mosaic glass vase. And look at this here. Do you know, I thought it was a CB radio. Ahead of me in Hagley Road, we've got the HALESOWEN Town Hall. In Hagley Street, look, there's lots of little areas to sit. It's landscape quite nice actually, just here. We've got a couple of plaques here, let's have a read of them. This is a commemorative plaque to Jack Price, HALESOWEN's marathon man. Another landscaped seating area is called Summer Square. There's always a flower stall just there. Oh, there's a bank here, it's closed down. Now I never. Forgot which bank it was. Closed down. A couple of short stores here all closed up as well, look. The bells of St John the Baptist Church ringing in the distance. God, these look like in West Bromwich. So these seating areas here, they've copied West Bromwich, haven't they? Or the other way around. But at least the plants look a lot more well cared for around the seating area than they are at West Brom. Ours in West Brom are just a box full of weeds. Planters full of weeds they are. All straggly plants, but look at these. Taken care of and looked after. Another planter here, look. This coffee room used to be a charity shop, as you can see. It's well busy in there. Another covered seating area here. Okay, let's now here we have a HALESOWEN have got their own shopping centre. Now shopping centres are dying a death in many areas these days. What's this one like in here? Well, straight away on a Friday morning, it's quite very quiet. But what are the shops like? Oh, we got another vape shop here. Laptop repairs and a card shop. This is called the HALESOWEN. It didn't used to have a roof on at one time. The area was created in the 1960s, and it was around about the 1980s when they put a roof on here. So this was all open at one time. In 2008, Asda came along, which we'll show you at the bottom of here. Phone shop repair, the works. Lots of clothes stores in the centre. And this is something our shopping centres don't have anymore. In West Brom, a fruit and veg. Holland and Barrett and Greggs. It's full of all the shops you'd expect these days. And here is the centre of the shopping area where we have Costa Coffee, and it's all very busy. Yeah, Asda's in there. Oh good. Bon Marché. There isn't an empty unit, is there, so far? Oh, we've reached the summit of the shopping centre, and here we got Poundland, and we've got a baguette bar. Next to that is the library. Strange place for a library. Okay, well, just come out this entrance just to show you here that we've got a HALESOWEN bus station just outside the Cornbow Shopping Centre. That is what it's called. Here we have, look, here's the bus station here in HALESOWEN. All very smart and modern, and it's all covered, sliding doors. Just over there you can see the job centre, that rather huge modern office block. 2008 when Asda was created here in HALESOWEN, and so was this modern bus station. Just by the bus station, look, there's 3 or 4 empty units here, and they're quite large as well. So what's going on there? Again, all these road systems are all modernised now, and to go all around the main HALESOWEN town centre now. Where all these new houses were, right at the very top there, you would have seen some of the largest allotment gardens in the history of the world over there. There was acres of allotment gardens over there, and a park area, which we'll take a look at one of the days. On this particular stretch we've got oh dear, Snell's and Spa, and a barber club and a pizza shop just here. There's the church again, look, St John the Baptist Church dominates the town with its huge steeple and its cemetery, graveyard I should say, over there. And we got some empty stores along this 60s building here. This was called a garden room, a farmer's pantry, but that's closed as well. This particular stretch up here is not doing too well, is it? We come to Jimmy Mac's Casual Dining, which looks like a cafe. What we've got on top of this post box then is a winter scene. There's the menu. If you fancy coming to Jimmy Mac's. The Betfred building just ahead of me there, which I passed earlier, was once a bank. So overall, Queensway is not a very prosperous road. Lots of empty stores and units down there. Well, I have to say, you know, that it's that HALESOWEN town's very quiet today. Friday morning, you'd expect it to be rather busy, but in fact, it's rather quiet. Shopping centre, as you came in, the Cornbow Centre, again, very quiet. It's only when you walk towards Asda at the top end, then it becomes a little busier, because of obviously Asda is the main shop in the main supermarket in HALESOWEN, and of course you got the bus station just up there as well. So you expect it to be rather bustling around that part. But other than that, it's sad to see that a large area of the town now is looking distinctly quiet today. But anyway, we'll leave it at that, and if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.